These riots are your fault, white supremacy. We refuse to be calm. We're no longer waiting for your investigations of this terrorist and your enforcement arm. This is civil disobedience at its finest. We're all enraged from the murder of George Floyd, but I want to warn my people out there that there's agents who pretend to be a part of the throng, but they are meant to agitate and cause more violence. These people are the enemy. Is there a reason why these officers aren't arrested yet? State Attorney Mike Freeman, I heard you were ran out of your home. Where's the officers surrounding your property to protect you? It seems the blue wall only guard themselves. Can you see what siding with the boys in blue gets you instead of standing on the side of truth? Derek Chauvin, you're a coward, and whatever harm comes to you is a consequence from your actions. Who is this man who has a tactical team surrounding his house for protection? Mayor Jacob Fry, I respect you for demanding justice in the criminal charge of the coward who murdered George Floyd. I hope this isn't just lip service and want to placate to the black community so you can get their vote come election time. It's not enough. I want to see the policies put on the books to prevent these cowards from killing us without punishment. I want to see truly an outside organization investigate and who has the authority to bring charges against these monsters. To the Police Officers Federation of Minneapolis, when a fellow cop is harmed, do you tell your officers to be calm and don't rush to condemn before the investigation is complete? Do you not go on a manhunt until the suspect is apprehended, disregarding the rights and safety of everyone in the city during the process? You say not all cops are bad, but you stand with them even when they're obviously wrong. You set up crowdfunding to help pay for their legal defense immediately after they murder us. If you go to a restaurant and you see staff members coughing and sneezing in their hands and handling food, find out that they don't wash their hands after using the restroom, picking in their nose, it wouldn't matter if they said, well, not all of us are filthy. They'd have a bad reputation and the place would be shut down if things aren't corrected immediately. Police have a bad reputation all over the U.S. Now that I ran it, I'm going to talk some truths. Minnesota law requires that if a person uses deadly force, they must be in fear of death or great bodily harm. In simple terms, this means that if someone has the potential, size, and weight, lethal force is justified. Potential, if a person has a weapon. Size and weight, a 6'10" muscle-bound man attacks a 5'4" female as an example. You may also protect a third party if the same examples I gave you are a factor. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned getting your permit, purchase your firearm, and familiarizing yourself with the laws that govern our state. Now, what do you do in a situation where you had to use lethal force? It's complicated, and I'll do my best to provide information in this situation. There is a potential criminal and civil liability after a shooting. I know we all want to get guns and stand up for ourselves, and we should. I want to present a question to make you think. Will we stand for one another if one of us defends themselves against law enforcement? Even when a person who uses lethal force to defend themselves and are within the parameters of self-defense laws, there are legal liabilities that come with it. If it's a law enforcement officer, things become most difficult due to the laws on the books that protects cops by harsh penalties for harming them, including Obama's Protect and Serve Act of 2018, or Blue Lives Matter. In a basic self-defense situation, you may pay about $25,000 in legal fees or more. If we use lethal force to protect ourselves against the officer, we will pay in the hundreds of thousands. You'll not only have to pay for the attorney, but you'll have to hire professionals such as medical examiners, psychologists, and forensic experts, all to challenge the prosecutor and their team. First solution is getting insurance. I'm not here to advertise, so y'all research that on your own. Insurance will pay for your legal defense. I want to warn you that it's just like any other insurance. You won't get coverage if you're liable. An example, your car insurance company won't cover you if you get road rage and ram your car into the person that cut you off on the freeway. Just follow and apply the self-defense statutes and you increase your chances. Second solution, if one of us defends ourselves against an officer, we set up a crowdfunding account. Without a solid legal defense, you're doomed. This is chess, not checkers. We have to be steps ahead of them. We have to prepare for future attacks. We need to get like-minded individuals together, have a powwow, and plan a strategy. In the movie Warriors, the leader of the top gang invites 9 delegates of every gang in the city. He explains that there's over 60,000 of them and only 20,000 cops in the city. The black adult population is in the thousands in Minneapolis, and there are only 800 police in the city. I'll leave you with a quote by Henry Rollins. Early spring is the time for vigorous change, a preparation for the heat-driven oppression that is to come. Peace, my family.